There is this horrible allegation that the governor of Enugu State, Peter Mbah, has paid a huge sum of 30 billion through a proxy to Eha-Amufu community in Enugu State to allow the Fulanis settlement. But the community refused, that they don't want this money because they don't want the Fulanis to settle. And there is a horrible allegation that Mbah connived with the military to ask the Fulanis to invade the community. Let's follow this video to understand this allegation. Hello, good morning everyone. Happy Sunday. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is 16th day of February 2025. The indigenous people of Biafra, known as IPOB, alleged that Governor Peter Mbah paid the sum of 30 billion naira to some leaders of Eha-Amufu community for them to release their communal lands for Fulani settlement. Now, the IPOB has warned Enugu governor over this plot to allocate this land for Fulani settlement. I want us to look into the prevailing circumstances that led to, questioning people's settlement in some parts of Nigeria. Normally, I don't think if someone want to settle here, they're supposed not to be issue about the settlement of a particular people. But with the prevailing circumstances, with the history and what we are seeing, the reality on ground today, whenever these Fulanis want to settle in your community, there is this fear, tension that will rise because you know the next thing. The next thing is that it's either you'll be faced with kidnapping, you'll be faced with killing, you'll be faced with terrorist attack, you'll be faced with, community grabbing, taking over the community from you. These are the things we just see, okay? That is why a lot of people are afraid. They don't really want these people. Wherever they are, this is causing trouble. And the alleged payment of 30 billion naira by Peter Mbah to this community, for them to just allow the Fulanis to settle, is questionable. Because why is it that when it comes to the southern part of the country, majority, especially when it comes to the southeast, okay, I have to say it, when it comes to the southeast, majority of their politicians, especially their governors, they are so interested, they want to get involved about the Fulani settlement in their area. Why? What is the issue? What is the problem? Your people are there in the north. They struggle to pay for rent. They pay for land. They pay for everything. Everything they do, they paid for it. That is how it's supposed to be. If Fulani want to come to settle to do business, they should come buy land, pay for whatever you want to pay. But the issue of going to, for them to just allocate center for them is not palatable. The Igbos will integrate into the community, live with the people. But Fulani will like to live in the bush or give him his own personal settlement. They don't want to live with the people. What are they hiding? What are they hiding? They only want settlement where nobody will be there. Or they can live in the bush. It doesn't make sense. It's a security threat to the people, and we cannot continue to pay deaf ears to it. Now, let us look into the allegation of the IPOB against Peter Mbah. The article reads that IPOB wants Enugu Governor Mbah over plot to allocate Eha-Amufu community land for Fulani settlement. Now, it says that the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has accused Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State of moves to buy off some ancestral lands of Eha-Amufu community in the issues on local government area of the state and hand it over to the Fulani residents for the settlement. Out of the article, remember that these issues on local government area is the place they kidnap, is it not 3 soldiers and 30 people? There has been a lot of kidnapping there. Enugu is more safer than Anambra, but when you hear about insecurity in Enugu, this area now they want to allocate, this local government, they want to allocate to Fulani. That is where you see all this issue happening in Enugu State. Our people should think. We are not going to stop saying all these things, okay? As far as it continues, we must let people know what is happening, okay? Our duty is to let you know that this is happening, this is not supposed to be, okay? Now, the article continues that the IPOB alleged that Governor Mbah paid the sum of 30 billion to some leaders of the Eha-Amufu community for them to release their communal lands for Fulani settlement. IPOB, which made the allegation in a statement issued on Saturday by its media publicity secretary Emma Powerful, warned against the alleged move. Powerful alleged it is obvious that Dr. Peter Mbah and the Fulani Emirate are in agreement to hand over the ancestral lands of Eha-Amufu to Fulani for settlement. The IPOB spokesperson claimed IPOB was informed that the Enugu State Governor Mbah, through his proxy, offered a huge sum of 30 billion to some community leaders in Eha-Amufu for them to release their communal lands for Fulani settlement. When the people rejected the offer, the governor, in connivance with the Nigerian security forces, mostly the military, called on the Fulanis to strategically invade the community. This is a weighty allegation, okay? This is a weighty allegation. Now, I want to read this article again. That is the purpose of this video. When the people rejected the offer, the governor in connivance, that is conniving with the Nigerian security forces, mostly the military, called on the Fulanis to strategically invade the community. That is to say that these community people rejected 30 billion Mbah is offering them for them to allow the Fulanis to settle in their land. What happened? Mbah now have to connive with the military to ask the Fulanis to invade the community. I told you that this is the place insecurity are happening before. I am reporting this from the Sahara Reporters, the news they publish, and this is what the IPOB, they themselves, has also alleged with proof. They say they have the proof that this is what Mbah is doing, that Mbah with the military wants to ask the Fulani to invade their land. Now when you hear something like this, you will say, well, what is wrong with them? How can a governor do that against his people? Who can do that? It's not possible. Now it doesn't sound, if logically it doesn't make sense. How can a governor just connive with the military to allow the Fulanis to invade themselves? But Nigeria factor makes it sensible, makes it reasonable. I just throw back your attention to what happened in what is it called, Ebonyi State, where the military and the deputy governor came to tell them that nothing is going to happen, that they have settled the Fulani dispute they have. What happened next? Immediately they left. After 1 hour, the Fulanis invaded their community and killed almost everyone they see. They burned 30 houses down. What happened? After 6 hours, nobody came. When the Fulani left, the military came and told them, sorry, seize their phones. They seize their phones to make sure nobody make video. After they carry the corpses, they now give their phone backs. I was watching the people who made the video at the end. I was watching how the police was guiding the dead body. They refused to go after the culprits, the people who killed. And up to today, they have never arrested anyone who killed in that attack. So the Nigeria factor makes it possible. And that is why the world must know what is going on, okay? Now, let me continue with the article. It says, presently, some of the communities in Eha-Amufu are under constant Fulani attack, which includes countless women and gang raped, killing of farmers, illegal harvesting of farms' produce, forceful occupying of people's houses. They were forced to flee, etc. These are the things that are happening in these communities, okay? Now, these Fulanis and invaders are presently occupying some deserted communities in Eha-Amufu, while the governor Peter Mbah and the Nigerian army and police remain mute. They remain mute amidst all this crisis, raping women, doing all those things. Why? Why is this thing happening? Why is this thing happening? And tomorrow now, anytime you talk, they try to arrest you and put you. But the three people who are committing all these things are there. And nobody affect their arrest. Military guide them, they protect them. Everything seems to be all right, but it's not all right. What has these people done? What has these people done? And the most painful thing is that your people are the one doing these things to you. It is painful anyway. Now, these Fulanis and invaders are presently occupying some deserted communities. Okay, I've read that paragraph. He warned IPOB will not allow the selfish politician to mortgage the Igbo future generation just to remain in power for 80 years or more. I told you people, these things is just nothing but for the quest of power. ESN operatives will continue to make Igbo uncomfortable for the terrorists until they leave. We have maintained that we do not want Fulani settlements anywhere in the southeast. For me, settlements of anybody is not supposed to be an issue. But when people will come and settle and they will do all sort of things against your people, that is where the issue lies. That is where the problem lies. That is where people are saying, no, these things should stop. And the community people should do everything possible if to talk to the government that they don't want it and they should resist it. Get ready for the invaders. Anytime people invade your community, they want to come and kill you, you have right to defend yourself. I do tell people time without number, you have right to live. You have right to live. As I am today, when you threaten my life, it's as a result that you have drawn the battle line. I will not forgive you. When you threaten my life, I will deal with you. I don't wait till I see when you are carrying. No. All these things are threats. All these things are threats. Raping women, killing people, harvesting their crops, doing what sort of things is that? Anyway, it is what it is. These are the reasons why Nigeria cannot work.
There are so many issues on this matter. The first foundation to lay is that Nigeria is not a united country, despite all the pretenses. We are not South since 1914. It has not changed. The North, at the flip of a switch, they are able to shout Northern interest. The Southerners are laid back, hoping that, oh, we are civilized. We don't want to talk about tribalism. Tribalism is at play. We are pretentious about this matter. Look, the North has taken us for a ride for too long. They foisted federal character on Nigeria over 40 years. They foisted quota system over Nigeria over 40 years. Have they benefited from it? Only the tiny clique in the North is holding the whole country to ransom. It's enough time for Nigeria to wake up. We are not together, North plus South. Now they are talking the elite, the few elite in the North. Like if feeding bottle is going to be removed from their mouth. That's what they are doing. They are shouting. They are forming a group now. Lead of Northern Democrats. The governor of Bauchi was talking. They won't be able to pay salaries again. They won't be able to do that. Look, the North has damaged Nigeria fundamentally with this attitude. Who are the Nigerians who are now Japan now? They are Southerners. The South invested in education massively in the 50s and the 60s. The products now are being driven out of Nigeria. Can you find the Fulani man in London or in New York practicing medicine, practicing engineering? It's Yoruba, the Igbo, Southerners that are marginalized. It's time to call the bluff of the North. Not because we even support what Tinubu is doing, but we have to converse about Nigeria. Nigeria is not, we are pretentious. Let's go to the brass tacks. That's why we are calling for regionalization. The North is separate from the South. That's just the truth. That's just the truth, unless we are deceiving ourselves. There are many issues about the tax reform. Look, the president is not focusing in the right direction. Just one item alone, inheritance tax. The North has a different perspective on Sharia. The Southwest have different customs. The East have different approach. By trying to do a unitary tax system, when we are all having a different flavor of life, is that not a voyage to nowhere? Tax bill is not the reform that we want. The country has to be reorganized and let all of us live separately, but as good neighbors. As good neighbors. We are different. It's just a fact. We can gloss over it from here to eternity. Let me just stop there right now.